Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. My name is Emma, and today we have a very exciting topic, Fluent in 6 months. Yes, you heard that right. Many people think it takes years and years to become fluent in English, but the truth is, if you follow the right steps and focus every day, you can make amazing progress in just 6 months. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 6 months? Is that really possible? Don't worry, we will talk about that. In this episode, I will guide you step by step. I will explain what fluency really means, how to build the right mindset, and what daily habits you need to practice. I will also share common mistakes learners make and how you can avoid them. This episode is not about magic. It's about real, simple actions you can take every single day. If you listen carefully and apply what you learn, you will see that 6 months is enough to surprise yourself and everyone around you. So stay with me until the end of this episode. By the end, you will have a clear roadmap, a plan you can start using today to become fluent in 6 months. All right, let's begin. First, let's answer a very important question. What does fluency really mean? So before we talk about how to become fluent in 6 months, we need to understand one big question. What does fluency really mean? Many learners believe fluency means speaking perfect English. They think they must know every grammar rule, every word in the dictionary, and speak without any mistake. But that is not true. Even native speakers make mistakes when they talk. Sometimes they forget a word. Sometimes they stop and correct themselves. So fluency is not about perfection. Fluency is about communication. It means you can speak smoothly and people can understand you. It means you can listen to others and reply without stopping too much. It means you can use English in daily life when you talk to a friend, when you travel, or when you work. Think about it like this. If you can go to a coffee shop and order what you want without stress. If you can have a simple conversation with someone about your hobbies or your job. If you can explain your feelings, then you are already fluent enough to live in English. Of course, there are 2 kinds of fluency. One is basic fluency, being able to talk in everyday situations. The second is advanced fluency, being able to speak in detail, using rich vocabulary and understanding complex topics. For most learners, the first step is basic fluency. And yes, you can reach this in 6 months with the right plan. So remember this. Fluency does not mean perfect English. It means confident English. It means you can express your thoughts without fear, and people can understand you. Once you understand this, learning becomes easier, and the goal of 6 months feels much more possible. Now that we know what fluency really means, let's ask another question. Is it truly possible to become fluent in just 6 months? Now you might be asking yourself, Emma, is it really possible to become fluent in only 6 months? The short answer is yes, but let me explain how. First, 6 months is not a long time, but if you use those 6 months with focus and daily practice, you can make more progress than someone who studies for years without practice. It's not about how many months or years you study. It's about how much quality practice you do every single day. Let me share an example. Many polyglots, these are people who speak many languages, say that 6 months is enough to reach a conversational level in a new language. Why? Because they use the language every day. They don't just study grammar books. They listen, they speak, they read, and they write a little every day. They live in the language. Here's the truth. If you practice English for 2 to 3 hours every day in the right way for 6 months, you can have real conversations. You can travel and communicate. You can make friends in English. Of course, you may not sound like a native speaker in 6 months, but you will be fluent enough to express yourself clearly. So yes, it is possible. 6 months is enough time if you are consistent, focused, and brave enough to practice speaking from the very first day. Now, if 6 months is possible, the next question is, what kind of mindset do we need to succeed in this journey? Let's talk about that. Before we jump into daily routines and techniques, we need to talk about something even more important. Your mindset. Mindset means the way you think about learning. If you want to be fluent in 6 months, you need the right attitude. Without the right mindset, even the best study plan will not work. Here's the first thing. Accept mistakes. You cannot learn English without making mistakes. Every mistake you make is a lesson. Think of mistakes as your teachers. Instead of feeling embarrassed, feel proud, because mistakes mean you are practicing. Second, progress, not perfection. In 6 months, your goal is not to speak perfect English. Your goal is to communicate. If you can share your thoughts, if others can understand you, that is success. Don't waste time trying to be perfect. Focus on improving step by step. Third, daily practice is the secret. You don't need 10 hours a day, but you do need consistency. Even 1 or 2 focused hours every single day is much better than studying a lot only once a week. Remember, small steps every day build big results. Finally, believe in yourself. Many learners say, "I can't do it. 6 months is too short." But if you tell yourself you can't, you won't. If you tell yourself you can, you will try harder and you will see results. Your belief will push you forward. So the right mindset is, mistakes are good. Progress is enough. Practice daily and believe in yourself. With this mindset, you are ready to start your 6-month fluency journey. Now let's get practical. What kind of daily routine do you need if you want fast fluency in 6 months? Let's talk about that next. All right, now let's talk about the most important part of this journey, your daily routine. If you want to become fluent in 6 months, you cannot just study once in a while. You need a daily system, a daily habit, something you follow every single day. This routine doesn't have to be boring or difficult. In fact, it can be fun, simple, and very effective if you do it the right way. So, let's break it down into small parts. Imagine you have 2 to 3 hours a day. Here's how you can use them wisely. 1. Listening practice, 30 to 45 minutes. Listening is the foundation of fluency. If you cannot understand English, it's very hard to speak it. That's why every day, spend time listening. You can listen to podcasts like this one, watch short YouTube videos, or listen to English songs. But now, you may say, "But Emma, I don't have anyone to talk to." That's okay. You can practice by yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and talk about your day. Record your voice on your phone and listen to it. Pretend you are teaching someone English. These small actions build confidence. If you can find a speaking partner, that's even better. Use language exchange apps or talk with a friend who also wants to improve English. The key is to open your mouth and use English daily, not just once a week. Third, reading practice, 20 to 30 minutes. Reading is powerful because it gives you vocabulary and ideas, but don't read things that are too difficult. Choose short, simple texts like news articles for learners, short stories, or blog posts. When you read, don't try to translate every single word. Focus on the main idea. If you see a new word many times, write it down and learn it later. Reading a little bit every day will make your English grow without stress. 4. Writing practice, 15 to 20 minutes. Writing is another great way to train your brain. Every day, take a few minutes to write in English. You can write about your day, your goals, or even a small story. You don't need to write long essays. Just 1 or 2 paragraphs are enough. Writing helps you think in English. It also shows you what vocabulary you are missing. Later, you can learn those words and use them in speaking. 5. Immersion in English throughout the day. This is the secret sauce. Immerse yourself in English. That means surround yourself with English as much as possible. Change your phone to English. Write your shopping list in English. Think in English while you walk, cook, or exercise, even if it's just in your head. Practice using English in real life. Immersion makes English part of your daily life, not just a school subject. And that is how you build fluency fast. Putting it all together. So let's put this into one simple routine for each day. Listening 30 to 45 minutes. Speaking 30 minutes. Reading 20 to 30 minutes. Writing 15 to 20 minutes. Immersion, little moments all day. This routine adds up to about 2 to 3 hours a day. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. You can split it. Some in the morning, some in the evening. If you follow this daily routine for 6 months, you will be amazed at how much your English improves. You will not only learn English, you will live in English. Now that we understand the daily routine, let's go a little deeper. What are the special techniques that can help you learn even faster? Let's talk about that next. Now that you know the daily routine, let's make it even stronger with some special techniques that can help you learn faster and more effectively. 1. Shadowing method. One of the most powerful techniques is called shadowing. This means you listen to a short piece of English, like a sentence from a podcast or video, and you repeat it immediately, almost like an echo. Try to copy not just the words, but also the rhythm, the tone, and the speed of the speaker. For example, if you hear, "I'm going to the store," you say it right after exactly the same way. This technique improves your pronunciation, your listening, and your speaking at the same time. 2. Learn in chunks, not words. Many learners try to memorize individual words, but words alone don't make you fluent. Instead, learn chunks of language, short phrases you can use in real life. For example, instead of learning the word hungry, learn the phrase, "I'm really hungry," or "I'm hungry, let's eat." Chunks are more natural, and when you need them, they come out quickly without thinking too much. 3. Spaced repetition for vocabulary. Have you ever learned a new word today and then completely forgotten it tomorrow? That's normal. The secret to remembering is something called spaced repetition. This means reviewing new words again and again, but at longer time gaps. For example, review today, then in 2 days, then in 5 days, then in 10 days. This way, the word moves from short-term memory to long-term memory. There are apps that help with this, but you can also do it with simple flashcards. 4. Record yourself. Another simple but powerful technique is to record your voice. When you speak, record it on your phone. Later, listen to it. At first, you may feel shy, but soon you will notice your mistakes and also your progress. It's like giving yourself free feedback every day. 5. Use technology wisely. Today, you have more tools than ever before. Use podcasts, YouTube apps, or even AI chatbots to practice English. But remember, don't just consume content. Interact with it. Pause videos and repeat. Write comments in English. Ask chatbots to practice conversation. Use technology as your personal teacher. So these are the key techniques: shadowing, learning chunks, spaced repetition, recording yourself, and using technology. If you mix these techniques with the daily routine we discussed earlier, your progress will be much faster. Now, of course, even with good techniques, many learners make mistakes that slow down their fluency. Let's talk about those common mistakes so you can avoid them. Now, before we go further, let's look at some common mistakes that many learners make when they try to become fluent quickly. If you can avoid these mistakes, your journey will be much smoother. Mistake number 1, waiting for perfection before speaking. Many learners think, I'll start speaking when my grammar is better or I need more vocabulary before I can talk. But if you wait, you will never start. The truth is, you learn to speak by speaking. Mistake number 2, only studying grammar. Grammar is useful, but too much grammar study can slow you down. Fluency comes from practice, listening, speaking, and using the language, not from memorizing every rule. Mistake number 3, being inconsistent. Some learners study for 5 hours one day, then nothing for the next week. That doesn't work. Small daily practice is much more powerful than big study sessions once in a while. Mistake number 4, fear of mistakes. This is a big one. If you are afraid of mistakes, you will stay silent. But silence will not make you fluent. Mistakes are not bad. They are proof that you are learning. So remember, don't wait for perfection. Don't focus only on grammar. Don't be inconsistent. And don't fear mistakes. Avoiding these 4 traps will save you time and give you confidence. Now, after talking about mistakes, let's switch to something positive. How can you stay motivated and consistent on this 6-month journey? Let's talk about that next. Now, let's talk about motivation. Because even if you know the right routine and the right techniques, you still need the energy to keep going every single day for 6 months. First thing to remember is motivation grows from action. Many learners wait to feel motivated before they start. But actually, it works the other way. When you take action, when you listen, speak, or write, you feel good, and that creates motivation. So don't wait. Start first, and motivation will follow. Second, celebrate small wins. Don't only focus on the final goal. Notice your progress each week. Maybe last month you could not order food in English, but this month you can. Maybe yesterday you needed subtitles, but today you understand without them. These small wins will give you confidence and energy to continue. Third, remember your why. Ask yourself, why do I want to be fluent? Maybe it's for a better job, for travel, for studies, or to connect with people around the world. Keep that reason in your heart. When you feel tired, think about your why. It will push you forward. So stay active, celebrate small wins, and always remember your reason. That's how you stay motivated and consistent for 6 months. Now let's get even more practical. What if I gave you a clear 6-month roadmap, a step-by-step plan you can follow? Let's do that next. All right. Now, let me give you a simple 6-month roadmap. Think of this as your step-by-step plan. Month 1 and 2, build your base. Focus on listening and speaking every day. Learn the most common 500 to 1,000 words and useful phrases. Don't worry about grammar too much. The goal is to understand simple English and use it in short conversations. Month 3 and 4, practice real conversations. Now start using English in real life as much as possible. Talk with language partners, join online speaking clubs, or practice by recording yourself. Also, increase your listening. Watch short shows, listen to podcasts, and try to understand natural English. Month 5 and 6, fluency training. In these last 2 months, push yourself to speak every single day. Focus on speed and confidence, not on being perfect. Practice shadowing, repeat phrases, and have longer conversations. By the end of 6 months, you should be able to talk about daily life, share opinions, and communicate without fear. So that's your roadmap. Build your base, practice real conversations, and then push for fluency. If you follow this, in 6 months, you will see a big transformation in your English. Now, before we close, let's quickly review the most important lessons we learned today. All right, let's wrap up today's episode with some key takeaways. First, remember that fluency does not mean perfect English. It means being able to communicate confidently. If people understand you, you are already fluent enough. Second, 6 months is enough time if you are consistent, focused, and follow a daily routine. It's not magic. It's about quality practice every day. Third, follow the right mindset. Accept mistakes. Focus on progress. Practice daily and believe in yourself. Your mindset will guide your actions and keep you motivated. Fourth, practice your daily routine. Listen, speak, read, write, and immerse yourself in English. Combine this with techniques like shadowing, learning phrases, spaced repetition, and recording yourself. Finally, avoid common mistakes. Don't wait for perfection. Don't focus only on grammar. Be consistent and never fear mistakes. If you follow these steps and stay motivated, you will see amazing progress in just 6 months. Remember, small steps every day lead to big results. So start today. Keep practicing and trust the process. Your 6-month fluency journey starts now. And that's it for today's episode on Fluent in 6 months. Thank you so much for listening and spending this time with me. I hope you now have a clear plan, practical steps, and the motivation to start your 6-month English fluency journey. Remember, it's not about how fast you go, but about taking consistent steps every day. Start small, practice daily, and stay confident. Mistakes are normal. They are your teachers, not your enemies. If you take action today, 6 months from now, you will look back and be amazed at how far you've come. So start now, stay focused, and enjoy the journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And in the next episode, we'll talk about even more tips to speak English naturally and confidently. Until then, keep practicing, stay motivated, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.